The Weirs. Tucked along the shores of the Big Lake in northern Laconia, it's a small sandy beach with a big presence. A bright neon sign beckons thousands of visitors to this Lake Winnipesaukee enclave every year. The Weirs has a rich history, its name adopted by the Native Americans who fished these waters thousands of years ago.
Basically, the weirs were considered long branches that were put where the water would narrow in order to confuse the fish that were coming upstream, the shad, and they would catch a lot of fish that way because they get entangled in the weirs or the branches.
Historian Pat Tierney says in the late 1800s, the Boston and Maine Railroad provided a lifeline to the Weirs Beach tourism industry.
The Grand Hotel of the Weirs takes shape from the 1870s, essentially in 1880s, right up until it does burn down in 1928.
When the Grand Weirs Hotel burned down, a young trumpet player from South Boston had already made his way north to the Lakes region. Young Jim Irwin wanted to play music, but his path to that dream led him to build up this area known as the Weirs.
Oh, my dad probably was in his early 20s, I would say. He came up here with a trumpet. That's right.
So after that big fire, what did your dad do?
My dad got some men that were in the financial district down in Boston to come up with some money, and he built that big dance hall at the Weirs and the boardwalk and all the stores along the boardwalk. And boy, that was quite a move. He really built the Weirs.
Jim Irwin had his hand in just about everything at the Weirs. When you look around, it's the beach that young Jimmy built. He worked at a marina between music gigs, eventually opening Irwin Marine 100 years ago, selling Chris Craft wooden boats, like this 1929 Miss Winnipesaukee wooden Chris Craft that still motors across the lake today.
Because Chris Craft was the #1 boat in the world at that time. We sold an awful lot of Chris Crafts over the years.
Jim's grandson runs the business today with the help of General Manager Bruce Wright. What do you remember about your grandfather?
He always used to wear a top hat, always had a suit, coat, and tie every day.
What would he think of Irwin Marine today?
I think he would look back and say, wow, you know, we've expanded and a lot of different boat lines. And we look around and see all the fiberglass boats and all the pontoons, and back then it was all wooden boats, and so it has changed. But you know, he probably adapted to changes very well, and I think that's what made him successful.
Jim Irwin's success was in his ability to envision the future.
Near the end of the World War II, my dad started this. You know, you can imagine what it took to build all of this, and he couldn't get materials and so forth. And there was a big bridge down in Winnisquam in that area that was no longer being used, and he took that facility and the timbers and so forth that are in this building, and from that building, and that's where he did things.
But in order for Weirs Beach to actually become a beach destination, it needed sand and lots of it. Before 1950, swimmers dove off the rocks or swam out to a raft.
So they had to dredge the channel out, and my dad knew that the channel was all sand, beautiful sand. And so he said, well, pump the sand up along the shore at the Weirs, because there was no sand, it was all rocks. And that's how the Weirs Beach became what it is today. And it's worked out great. And he changed the name from The Weirs to Weirs Beach.
But Jim Irwin's first love was music. He built this dance hall on the pier, which now houses a restaurant and arcades, and used his passion to lure big bands to Laconia.
I can remember going up there, and when I was 12, 14, 15 years old, I ran the spotlight in the dance hall. And we had a license for over 2,200 people.
When fire destroyed the steamship on the lake in 1939, he helped rebuild the MS Mount Washington, which remains popular today. 100 years after Jim Irwin began to make his mark on Weirs Beach, his business has withstood the Great Depression and economic downturns. The people who vacation here today owe it to a poor kid with a trumpet who had big ideas.
I think he would put a little smile on his face seeing what the Lakes region looks like today.